I have figured out a way to put multiple function maps inside an ESU decoder. This may not look like two separate function maps at first, but trust me, this is. And it is freaking cool. This is my friend Jacob's engine. He has his things pretty simple. I don't exactly remember why everything's so expanded when I programmed this thing, but this is fairly simple ESU style function map. I don't know why I said style. Point is, this is what my friend's locomotive looks like. This is just singular function map. I mean, you saw my engine earlier. That's just mess of stuff everywhere. So it's gonna look more like that by the time we're done with this. But say you want to add another function map. To start, you select what function button you want to use to toggle. I have mine F21, so I'm just going to use that here. Select what you want to do. What functions do you want to keep? What functions do you want to make different? If I were trying to match it to my stuff, I would say, okay, F3 for his stuff, this is the sanding valve. So I'm going to make it so when F21 is off, this works. But when F21 is on, this will be void. Because all the requirements of this single row, column, whatever, this single slot have to be filled for this to take action. This and whatever is in here and here right now, it's nothing. 1 and 2, bell horn, I would have that the same. But his headlights, I've programmed it in so it's rule 17, but in reverse, it's non-directional, only the front headlight works. I'm going to change that so it'll work with my stuff better, because I do have a rear light. Let's just turn those off. Just make those completely null and void when F21 is pressed. As far as these other functions, F14 for him is momentum, 15 is shunting mode, so I have that, so I have the speed, and 18 is sound fade. Cool. The sound fade is the only thing that actually is the same function of those three, so I'm going to turn those two off, but not do anything to this one, because if we press F21, we don't want this to change. To match with my engines, F18 is still the same thing. F9, that's dynamic brake, that's the same. I've got that, we're good. But for his, not F8 is sound slot 1. Sound slot 1 is the engine. So when F8 it's off, the engine turns on. My engine's other way around. Press F8, it turns on. So turn that off. Don't want that to do the same. So now only 3 functions we have working. Oh, F20 too. F20 also. So there's F1, F2, F9, and F20. This is sort of a DPU light function. If this were a Canadian National unit, there would be a physical light that turns on with F20 also. But for here, it just dims the lights in the direction opposite of the way the locomotive is going. It also makes it, if you look up here, the front headlight, not F20, the front headlight turns off with this too. So now, to add the function map, add the next function map, I'm just going to go down here so it's simpler. I don't know why this is so expanded. I don't remember. There may have been a reason, or it may have just been wherever I clicked. That's where I added the thing. Point is, so now F21 is on. We will have X, as a variable. What do we want to be there? Well, let's start with lighting. That's usually what we start with. For me, this is it. Headlight. Bang. That's good. So when 21 and 0 are pressed, the headlight will turn on. It's non-directional. That's period. That's what that is. F10 for me is rear headlight. So we'll go ahead and do that. rear light. There we go. F15 is front ditch light, or rear ditch lights. Let's go F5 first, actually. I don't actually have his engine here, so I'm not actually programming this stuff. I'm just doing this as a demonstration. So, if the orange is bothering you, deal with it. Aux 1 and 2, that's front ditch light. Rear ditch light is 15. Oh, we got to do the F21 stuff too. Make sure those turn on with F21. And then rear ditch light, I forgot what those were. I think those were 5 and 6 on 8100, which is Norfolk Southern ES44. So it's got rear ditch lights. So that's lighting taken care of. Horn and bell, we don't want to touch those. We've already got, those are still being activated here. For me, 3 is a type of braking. I think I have that as brake 1. So 3 and 21 set as brake 1. Oh, down here, brake 1. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, I forgot. This is a lock sound select decoder my friend has, so I don't think you actually have braking like lock sound 5 does. So we won't touch those. We won't touch any braking stuff. F6 is drive hold. So F6 and F21 will make that drive hold. I mean, this is pretty, once you figure out how to do this stuff, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can just keep going. But yeah, drive hold. Does lock sound select not have drive hold? Or am I just being stupid and I can't see? I don't know. You can ridicule me in the comment section if need be. Let's not touch that other. F7. F7 is dimmer for me. I use the NMRA default. I'm pretty sure that's the NMRA default. Or does the NMRA not have a default function map? I don't know. Dim lights, that is not. Where is the... There. F8. Now this is, the more important stuff. F8 and F21. That is sound slot 1. So that's, kind of the most important thing about the engine sound-wise. The engine itself. But yeah, you get the gist. You don't need to program F9 or F18 or F20 because those are the same on my function map and his. Just the functions you want to change. F0 does something different on his, so even though it is the main headlight, it's the same output. I have it so in reverse and stop, when it stopped, it has dim lights. We don't want to do that. So actually, we might be able to keep the, no, wait, it says forward. So when it's in reverse, wait, I don't know. Let's just stick with this. It's already starting to get a little complicated. Now for me, the reason you'll see, 5 or 6 of these is because for the ditch lights I have it so you gotta also program it so it's not F7. So F7 is off. F20 also. When it's in DPU mode, the ditch lights are not going to be on. So, let's see, 20 off, 7 off. So now, on some of these functions where it's just extremely complex, you'll get a lot more of those. On top of that, I have it set using some of the same techniques so that 23, that is a lead engine in a consist. So it omits a bunch of functions that the other engine I use this locomotive with also has. F24, it's what was it? Mid or trailing in a consist. So F24, you're not going to have the front ditch lights. And same with F23 and F24, because I'm going to run this thing forward most of the time in a consist. It's going to have that. Now, with my engine, as you saw, I have everything all the way filled down to 72, except maybe one slot. Maybe two. But with this engine, it only goes down to 40, and there's not as much to do. And I'm not going to program this thing to the brim like I did my engine, just because this is demonstration purposes. I don't actually have his engine with me. But you can kind of see how you do this from here. And again, with the consist, sort of, instead of having to program everything in a consist address, you can just press 21, or, see, I have it mapped to 23, and it's a lead engine. 24, I have that as mid, and 25 is a helper and a steam excursion, because I have quite a knack for excursion trains, and that's actually a big part of what I do in model railroading. I'm building a 14-foot switching layout. That's not too much room for a railroad museum on top of all the switching ops that I've put there on this little branch in central Alabama. But I manage it because it's quite a big deal to me. It's very important to my to what I want to do with my ops. Anyway, yeah, this is about it. You can probably see from here how you do this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm quite proud of what I've done. The ability to put multiple function maps in a single decoder and toggle it with F21 or whatever you want to map it to. Funnily enough, this actually came to me in a dream while I was on vacation. Anyway, like, subscribe, all that. I hate it when YouTubers do that. Anyway, so yeah. That was a really bad way to end a video.